I've got Liv and Mim from Nervo. How are you, ladies?
Very well. It's good to be back.
It's great to be back.
I think last time we spoke was last year, about October, November.
Yes, seems right.
And you were about to take off again, but you were planning on spending some of the summer with the family here.
Yes, and we did. We came home for the summer. Actually, we played Stereosonic. And we've been home a few times, actually. Yeah, it was great.
Awesome.
Our first time we've ever played.
Yeah. Was it good? Was it especially fulfilling, let's call it?
It was.
When you played Melbourne.
Yeah.
It was. We tweeted about it, didn't we, Mim?
Yeah, we really did.
Because we loved it. It was a real moment.
And it was the first time we've played that festival as well. So it was a definite pinching ourselves moment.
So sad that it's not going on anymore.
It is.
No, Stereo
Future
is
Future's
Stereo's
stopped.
going to one day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Future is no longer.
Yeah, wow.
Until the next one pops
Because you played,
up.
I'm sure you guys played Future
We
Music
played
Festival.
Future before. We used to play Summer Days.
Yes.
So, yeah, we've been around.
Is there a thing going here? All the festivals you play in Australia?
I
they
hope
stop?
not.
I know, watch out.
Now you have an album about to come out.
We do.
Yeah, we've been working quite hard on this. It's a bit of a guilty pleasure for us because the album, we probably had about 40 tracks that could have been on it. Mm-hmm. And in the end, we narrowed it down to about 15. And, it's called Collateral. Mm-hmm. And it's coming out through Sony and then Ultra in the States.
And we hope to release a single every 6 to 8 weeks. And then the album will drop at the end of the European summer.
Right.
So we've been busy.
And you'll be out there building it up for the big release.
Yeah. Well, we live in Ibiza for the summer every year. That's another guilty pleasure, which we just love. You would love it. You should come base yourselves
sure
in
I
I mean,
would
you've been to
love it.
Ibiza before, haven't you?
I have not been to Ibiza before.
Okay, well, we're officially inviting you
Oh,
to
thank
come
you.
to Ibiza.
Okay.
And we'll show you all the spots. You're going to
I've
love
got
it.
to Barcelona, but I haven't got out to the
Oh,
island.
don't tell me that. You need to get out there. The music is insane.
Yes.
Really great clubs that support really, authentic underground
Have
music.
you got a residency there?
Yes.
We do. We play every Monday with David Guetta at Ushuaia. It's a day club.
Yep.
So it finishes at midnight, which suits us perfectly because then we can go off to the other clubs
Yay.
till midday.
Yeah. And back to the album.
Back to the album.
Back to the
Yeah,
album.
that's right. We're here to talk about the album.
Do you guys, because you're quite diverse in what I've heard you produce. There's a bit of that EDM sound.
Yes.
And then there's something that's a bit more deeper.
Oh, nice. Yes.
What do you do when you set out to make an album? How much do you have to do the right thing for the
the
record
big dance
company
floor bangers,
versus
singers,
the right
singles.
thing for yourselves?
Yeah, well, that's actually our whole point to this album is that we have done a lot of single type records, 128 BPMs
that go really well in our sets. And we had a load of records that really spoke to us that we feel weren't EDM bangers, but we just love them. So
we needed to get them off the hard drive.
Yeah, get them out there.
But how does that, you said about your sets, you're always thinking of our sets
Yes.
when we're writing?
A lot of the time you are, but
Yeah.
then sometimes you're not. Like sometimes you'll just have a day.
That you just want to write whatever comes out.
Yeah, you don't want to write something that will be a peak time banger. It's just so that basically we were really pleased when the record label went with It Feels as a single because this is actually the last track on the album. So it's the most mellow track on the album for us.
Yeah.
And because our sound has gotten increasingly bigger, crunchier and crunchier. As a
Driven by the festival market?
Driven by
what our fans
what we
want.
play live. Yeah.
But we do have a record on the album that features Kylie Minogue and Jake Shears and Nile Rodgers.
It's a bit of a disco number.
And that's the most disco number on the album.
Did Niall do a little riff for you?
He did.
Just as of last week, actually.
Oh, wow.
I
Yeah.
know, so now we can finally talk about it. We've been working with Niall on his album for Chic. And then we were working with him and we were like, hey, Niall, what do you think of this record? We've done it with Kylie and Jake. He loved it, jumped on it, and that's it.
Yeah,
Excellent.
it's a last minute addition to our album, which we're thrilled about.
And we have an artist, we have a girl power anthem, I think, on there, which is it's just awesome. And it features
Krayshawn, Dev, and a Japanese artist that came on our radar about a year ago called Elisa.
Right.
So we've got like a whole, it's
all
like
going
quite
on.
eclectic, mix.
The track, It Feels, now I read something you were accepted to Opera Australia?
This is so
Is that right?
funny
Now-
because we were playing piano and singing all the way through high school.
Yep.
And then you do your final exams and then they tell you, what do you want to do? Like, there's nowhere else to really go after that. So you audition for a whole lot of things. And we did audition for, I think it was Opera Australia or Victoria or one of them. And we got in, but we never actually accepted
The position.
Yeah, we were
We
16
were really-
at the time.
And we were really into digital music, but back then,
We were
to
starting
get
to
into a studio, you had to know producers and you had to just
Yeah.
basically be coffee people
Yeah.
to get
Get a foot in the door.
Exactly. So that's what was really floating our boat. And when we were 16 and 17, we would do anything to be in a studio. And that's much to our, music teachers' dismay. We were just like, no, we want to do digital music.
I think
Fair
our
enough.
parents are only now just coming around.
I think you've probably done far better with digital music than you ever would have with the opera. That's mine.
Well, it was just, it just felt more
Exciting.
brings me-
exciting in us. Yeah.
That brings me to the singing part of this track.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you both singing?
We're
are.
both singing on this one. We sing on
So the
probably
whole-
half our records.
It's harmonised, the whole thing. It's the two of you singing, yes?
Yeah, the verses, I've done the verses on this one.
Yep.
And Liv comes in for the pre's, choruses, and middle eights.
The rest
Middle
of
eight.
it.
And how come you say love, not love?
Love.
Yes, you have a listen.
Oh,
Is
really?
that- don't
Yeah.
you think?
Sorry, I just squeaked.
Because I'm falling in
Love,
love.
Love.
again. How
Love.
funny. Maybe that's
Love.
just what I do.
I bet.
Love again.
Love.
Yes.
Love again.
It's
What,
better.
what is it like to fall in love again? Is it better the second time round?
I've been in love twice. And,
I think it is. It's different.
it's
isn't
better.
It?
Yeah, it's better. I think it's better because then you prove to yourself you can love again.
Oh, is that what
Because
it
after the
is?
first time, I thought there was no hope for me ever again. Not for me. No, love not for me.
Now,
Too much pain.
I would imagine being twins, you grew up at school together, always together. Then you went to Europe together to try and break it overseas, and now you're an act together.
Yeah.
Are you ever not going to be not together?
Well, we don't share boyfriends.
No, that's one thing we don't share. We have actually lived in different cities before.
Yeah.
lived
How
in-
was that?
It
Great.
was fine. We were actually very productive because I was living in New York and Min was living in London. So she would work the morning shift and then I would get on in the afternoon on the computer. We'd always fly to each other anyway, but this is when we were apart. And then, of course, she'd give me the rundown of what she had done that morning and then I'd pick it up, work over her night, and then same thing. We just like tag team it the whole time. So we had like a 24-hour operation
Yeah,
going.
we were more productive,
It
probably.
was probably one of the most productive times of our...
But did you,
Hustling.
was it like your heart being torn apart because you
Because we spoke every day, nearly all day that we were awake.
Like she would wake up at my 3 o'clock. I would have
Yeah.
her on Skype until my 8 p.m. So I'd see her for 5 hours of
Most
the day.
twins, though, aren't in each other's pockets all the time, are they? Really?
Yeah, we know some twins that actually don't get on, and to us
Wow.
that's really odd.
That is really weird.
Because we have two other brothers. We have another brother and a sister, and we get on, but we're definitely very close
Yeah.
comparatively.
I don't
to
think
our
we
other
could
siblings.
work with our other siblings the way in
No.
which we work with each other.
And now, I think last time you mentioned your brother is a DJ?
Yes.
Yeah, Morris has been DJing for forever, like before us actually.
Yeah.
He's another music enthusiast, but now he runs a cafe in
Richmond.
called the Little Something Something. Little Something Something.
Our little something something.
Our Little Something Something. I knew I'd get it wrong, but it's a really great cafe. We were there this morning actually.
Right. And he's still DJing or?
He
For
DJs at friends' parties, and he's still actually. We need to use his decks tonight because I want to go through our Tomorrowland set.
Yep.
So he's still got his decks at home, which is great.
What do you think of the controversy, speaking of sets in front of big crowds, and all the haters who are going to hate?
Yeah, haters aren't going to hate.
Certain well-known DJs really not DJing.
Really?
Do you think that's real? I mean, I've heard about that, but I don't know
So
if that's actually
surely
the
you
case.
guys would be up front and do you not see that at all? Or,
No, because I think that's career suicide.
Yeah?
I mean, it is suicide. You have to DJ. That's your job.
Yeah.
Get up, mix those records.
I mean, none of our buddies don't
No.
DJ. No, I don't know, but I have heard rumours of people playing mixtapes, but I'd just be so bored up there if there was a mixtape.
What about
playing.
Paris?
Oh, Paris! I've seen DJ.
And did she DJ?
She rocked it insanely. Yeah,
Yeah,
she
she's
plays
great.
on tractor, so that's
A different type of DJ.
a different type
Yeah,
of DJing. But the mixes, she was doing it all
The
herself.
song
Because
selection.
I've seen footage of her DJing, in inverted commas, and a hand coming up from behind, sort of helping push.
Really?
No way.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I mean, that girl gets a lot of hate, bless her, but she's actually, I mean, I respect her, you know, against all the hate. She gets up and she does her things. It
She's
takes
got
a
her
lot
hustle.
takes a lot of guts. Yep.
Fair enough. Album's called Collateral. Have you got a release date?
Not the actual
Ooh.
date, actually, because I think we have 4 or 5 singles to go before the album drops. Mm-hmm. And we've shot music videos already. So we hope, definitely by August.
Yep.
How much are you guys hands-on with everything as far as...
Too much.
That's
our problem.
when do you take advice from others and when do you just do it yourself as far as the creative?
Yeah, no, we're across it all, from the music to the videos to the even the promo,
the final
or
mastering. It's
yeah.
the artwork, everything.
To our touring, we kind of, you know, like this morning, Mim was up at 5:15 on
Doing
a
a
conference
call.
call with Europe and America because we were planning our quarter 4
Of the year.
of this year.
So, yeah, what are you always working like a quarter ahead?
Yeah,
as
we're
such?
always about 2 quarters ahead. So the next 2 quarters are booked.
Jam-packed.
And so we're across everything. I think a lot of artists I know are like that as well.
Yep.
Yep. I think we're either
lot of the
control
artists.
freaks or micromanagers or...
I think there's
don't
two
know.
types of artists. There's the ones that are across their business
Yep.
and the creative and everything. And then there's those that have those people that they just leave everything to and they don't ask questions. We're definitely the first
Who
type.
pops to mind when you say that?
No,
or can
I
you
know,
name? Can you name names?
Well, I wish we had people... look, I think the thing is we work really hard on our craft, on what we do. And then to have, say, the marketing of it done incorrectly or something not done right, then we feel like all that hard work at the beginning is just, you know, gone to waste.
Yeah.
So we are across everything.
Yeah.
But how did you learn that? Is it just trial by
Yes.
error, basically?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think we have also put together a great team. So we have our angel who books all of our flights and accommodation.
Yeah. And then we have a guy who helps us with all our, you know, getting all the album stuff together, like the artwork and that kind of thing.
And then label waivers, like when we have Niall and Kylie and Jake and everyone on our album, you need to get sign-offs from their record label. So we have a great lawyer.
So how many
Yeah.
in the team, effectively?
Oh, I would say 7. 7
including
full-time.
you guys?
No,
or-
not including us.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we have a publicist. And
It's
that's
crazy.
Yeah.
Like, gone are the days when DJs used to rock up at clubs with their case of records.
I know.
Play and then leave. It's become a whole thing now.
Why do you think it is such a male-dominated thing?
I think because really, when it comes to crunch, it's not very glamorous.
DJ?
Yeah. I think we get some glamour, of course, but there's, you know, a lot of late nights, long nights, lots of travelling, and it's not that sexy. I think it is, personally, but I don't think there'll be many women out there that are willing to be out 5 nights of the week. Well, I think also there's been a little bit of, if you ever Google female DJ or girl DJ, you'll get a lot of...
Girls with bikini tops on.
Yeah,
DJ.
yeah,
That
yeah.
really discredits what women want to do in music,
Mm-hmm.
I think.
I think there are some female pioneers out there, like Annie Mac in the UK.
Yep.
Yep.
Maya
Diddy
Jane,
Cole.
Maya Jane Cole,
Yeah.
insane producer. I mean, there are like
Women.
women out there. You've just got to dig a little bit deeper. I think they fight a little bit more for their credibility.
I have a theory about why there's so many men.
Go on.
Go on, I want to know.
Because it's somehow, well, how do I put this? It's a legitimate or seen as a legitimate
Yeah.
way for males to express their emotions through the music.
Oh, I love that.
That's lovely.
Do you
But
think
why
that's-
would there not be women doing that? That's the only thing.
Well, I don't know, but I think that's why men are attracted to DJing, producing as such, because
Yeah.
it's like I say, it's
In touch
it's a,
with
it's a
their-
way without looking wussy.
Yeah,
Or-
interesting. I think you've hit. That's a good point, because even when like there are a lot of male DJs, but also the crowds are predominantly male.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you go to an Eric Pritz gig, it's
Yeah,
all men,
and they're all serious
guys, all boys,
DJ files
But-
there.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's acceptable to let go to music and have a good time.
And be
I
emotional.
think that, but it doesn't answer the question of why there aren't more females. But it
Yeah.
certainly, I think
Maybe
it
girls
makes-
get their rocks off.
Well, I think it's cool that girls can get their rocks off and show their emotions
In several other ways.
In several other ways, and it's more acceptable.
Yes.
For that.
Yep,
For men to show.
it's a fair point.
I think that's a really good point.
Wow.
Do you know what? When I get asked that question, because we get asked that question all
you?
the time, why they're so
Yeah.
little females, I'm actually going to drop that
I
answer.
am the
I'm gonna
DJ
say,
psychoanalyst.
I know somebody who had a theory. Yes. You heard it here on Kiss FM.